Welcome. In this reading, we're going to be figuring out, are you better off to stay with this person or are you better off moving along? So maybe you're in a relationship and you're thinking that maybe it's time to break up, or maybe it's just, you have feelings for someone and perhaps it's not going anywhere or something like that. And you're just like, maybe I should just, see what else is out there. So we've got 4 options here, and yes, I have numbered them in reverse, but when you look for your timestamp below, it will be based on this number here that you see. So number 4 is represented by this 3 of Swords, which has a VHS tape on it. So shout out to my Generation X viewers who actually know what that is. Be kind, rewind. All right, number 3 here is the Margarita, that favorite major arcana tarot card, the Margarita. Number 23. That's number 3. Number 2 here is the Tower. And the number 1 reading is the Coffee. All right, so whenever you have chosen your reading, just use those timestamps below and let's find out, should you stay or should you go? All right, welcome to everyone who chose number 4, the VHS tape 3 of Swords here. So this is going to be the if you stay pile. This is going to be the if you go pile. But this initial card, which was underneath here when you chose, I'm just going to use that to kind of read, what's going on in this connection that would make you be at such a crossroads. It says, I need you more than I show. So I think that the person that you're watching this for, obviously is not demonstrating to you that they need or want you in their life, or they're not demonstrating it to a degree that is really making you feel like sticking around. So we'll look at the stay pile first. So I'm going to be looking at this, and then we'll look at this, and you can consider for yourself which outcome seems like the best option for you. At the end of it, I'll also just pull some advice from Spirit. All right, so if you stay, we have longing. Okay, longing, yearning, wistful, homesick. And then there's like this letter that she's opened here. It just feels like maybe this person will communicate a little bit more to you what they're feeling, but it just still feels somehow like it's not quite what you're wanting. Maybe their love language is a little bit different, or they just don't have a way to express it correctly. But it just feels like it's going to keep falling short. If you stay around, you're going to continue to feel that way. All right, we have the 5 of Cups. Again, wow. I feel like the person that you're asking about is much happier in this connection with you. And I almost feel like there's an immaturity with them where it's like they sort of get this gratification after hurting you, right? Because in this one, it's like they've sent you a letter or they've sent you a message, but it's like instead of fulfilling that desire for connection that you want with them, it's like it just made your feelings worse. And here, this woman is crying, and there's this guy behind a tree, and it's like he's gleeful almost. So I feel like this might be someone who they try to get validation of someone's feelings for them by hurting that person. Like, oh, if that person can be in pain over me, then they must really like me. But obviously that's not going to make for a very healthy dynamic. We do have the 6 of Cups here, so I feel like this is sort of like a make-up, break-up, make-up, break-up. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's like even when this person hurts you, it's like you always kind of want to return to them. Yeah, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's like a lot of ups and downs. Sometimes it's going well, sometimes it's not going well, and it's like it's difficult for the two of you to get to a point of real stability. But at the same time, you will be happy. There will be moments when you're really happy. It's like things are not going well, and then there's like a reconnection between the two of you that brings you back to happiness. Farewell to the moon. Appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. I kind of feel like, this is a connection where sometimes this person's behavior towards you is so disappointing, and it brings you a lot of sorrow. And then maybe you do draw away from them sometimes, and then it's like they pull you back in because it's like they can't really appreciate you until you're no longer around so much. You pull your energy away, and then all of a sudden they're saying all the right things that they weren't saying before. We also have Scorpio, I transform. So there is the possibility that over time this could transform and become more stable. I definitely feel like this is a very close bond. The two of you care very deeply for each other. We have at least 2 cards here that demonstrate Scorpio energy. The 6 of Cups is Sun and Scorpio energy, and here we just have the Scorpio sign card. So, yeah, I think the Wheel of Fortune usually refers to all of the fixed signs, and Scorpio is one of them. So it's like with this fixed sign emotional energy, watery energy, I think it's going to be really hard for you to let go of this person, honestly. Yeah, I feel that you're quite attached. There is like a deep closeness that you have to them. There is a strong soul bond that you have. And I do feel like this is a connection that forces both of you to go through transformative processes. Like you do kind of help each other grow and evolve and regenerate in a way. But it just, I'm not so sure. So we'll put that to the side for a moment, and then we'll look at what's the energy for you if you move on from this person. Like really move on, not just pull away for a moment and then come back. So what happens if you move on? Worried. You're going to be worried about this person. You're going to be worried. How are they doing? Are they doing okay without me? Now, I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie here. I do get a little bit of a codependent vibe, and that is no judgment. I'm an extremely codependent person, but it is definitely something that is in all of our benefit to heal. Codependence is not a healthy, satisfying love. So this person could be actively trying to make you worry about them in order to pull you back, or it could just be your nature that you care so much about this person's emotions that you can't, put aside their emotions in order to focus on you. You probably should be focusing more on you. Okay, we have the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Four of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this person is probably going to make it hard for you to move on. They probably are going to try to block you from doing that through trying to make you worried, or through just asserting themselves in some way. This doorway is literally blocked. But I do see, if you're choosing to move on, we also have the Queen of Swords and the Tower. It's like you will be determined. If that's a choice that you make, I feel that you will definitely make it. And there won't be any turning back. But it will require kind of like a door slam moment. Burning the bridge. I think that's what you would do. It wouldn't be a situation where the two of you could still remain friends. I think it would definitely be a situation where it's like, nope, we're just never going to even communicate again, because it feels like if you do, they're just going to try to pull you back in some way. And then with the Four of Swords, it feels like, after the initial perhaps drama or chaos of leaving, of burning that bridge, then there comes peace. We have the Four of Swords. So this is peacefulness. It's like you can finally relax a little bit. So, and yeah, adrift. I do feel like, you'll be at peace. But you'll also be, I think, probably, single for a while. Like, I don't feel like it's not like a situation where you're immediately going to find someone new that you have significant feelings for. It says letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. I feel like you'll probably need to go through sort of a healing process. The Four of Swords also can be a card about healing. And both of these cards are sort of reclining backward. It's like kind of, like surrendering to the moment of healing and moving on. But it is healing. And we have Taurus, I have, and Mars, force. I have force, yes. You definitely will have to exert force in order to get out of this situation with them. It's not going to be easy. If you choose to go on, to move on, it will not be easy to do so. But you do have the power. So if any of you are like, I just don't know if I can do it or not, I keep, my heart, it feels so tender for them. I can't move on. I can't forget about them. You definitely have the power to move on. And I do see if you make that choice, you will definitely move on, and you will move on in a way that this person won't be able to pull you back. Although they will try, and you probably will be a little bit concerned about them. Maybe a lot concerned about them, because I feel like, even if you decide to make that choice to move on, I feel like you do genuinely care. Okay, so let's see here. What's the advice? What is the advice? What are some things to think about? Or what's the best way for the viewer to look at this now? The Knight of Cups. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. I feel like they're saying, you've been waiting a long time. You've been very patient, patiently waiting for someone, patiently waiting for this person to do this, to express their feelings for you. So I guess they're asking you, like, do you feel that it is worth your time to continue to wait for them to do that? Or do you feel like it's more to your benefit to sort of like claim your freedom as the Queen of Wands and get back out there in the dating scene and see what else there is? What do you feel, considering how long you have waited, do you feel that the pattern demonstrates that this person will express their feelings in a way that makes you feel stable and solid with them, and that makes you feel assured that they're really there for you? Or do you feel that you'd be better off like striking out and looking for other opportunities, which could be more exciting? There's not stability here with this Queen of Wands choice either. But is there stability in staying? I also get the feeling that it's sort of like, if you look at the history of what has happened in this connection, is it possible that you might be, deluding yourself just a little bit and thinking that this person is going to come around and suddenly start expressing their emotions? Because it feels a little bit like this person, even if they do express their emotions, it feels kind of like it doesn't seem special to you, because it seems like they're appreciating multiple people. They're showing appreciation for multiple people. Again, it's like, I don't know, it just seems like maybe you have other things to do with your life that are more important This person maybe even be a distraction. The Knight of Cups can even be kind of a charmer. You know, they can charm people when they want to, when there's something that they get out of it. And this card makes me think that they might think that there's something that they can get out of it. You have something to offer. This woman created this beautiful golden pentagram. What are they looking to get out of this situation? Are they being genuine, or are they just being a charmer? It looks on this side that you'll be quite happy. Of course, we did get the Nine of Cups coming up if you stay as well. So I don't know if this reading is really helping or not, but you know, some of you might be watching this and you've already kind of decided to move on, and you may just need confirmation that you can do it, that it is possible, that you can burn this bridge and really move on and truly get away from them without getting pulled back in. Let's see if there's a fortune cookie message that will help. Okay, a person's character is his destiny. So what is this person's character? If you're honest, what is their character? Because their character is going to determine what your all's destiny would be if you stayed with them. A person's character is his destiny. You know. So there you go. I hope that helps. I hope it was helpful and not more confusing. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, everyone who chose number 3, the Margarita, let's see what's going to happen if you stay and if you go. So I have a pile for each. We're going to look at both of those. First, I'm going to just look at this card and see what's going on with the two of you that might be making you feel that way. And it says healing, ancestral healing is needed. So maybe there are generational traumas or generational patterns in each of your all's lives that need to be healed. There's just, both of you still need to do a lot of healing, and it seems to be really showing up in the way that the two of you relate to each other, to the point that perhaps you may be feeling like it could just be in your best interest to move on, but you're not sure. You know, is it possible that the two of you could stay together and heal? Or would it be more to your benefit to, you know, separate from each other and heal that way? So we're going to look at the stay pile first, and then we'll look at the go pile, and hopefully that will give you an idea of which outcome seems, you know, more favorable to you, and then we'll just get some general guidance from Spirit at the end. So if you stay, these are the positive and negative things that you will experience. So it's unfulfilling. Okay. We have unfulfilled. We have the Ten of Cups, so that's happy. Let's just get all the cards out here. Okay. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. I mean, we have 7th house partners. Like, the two of you are definitely drawn together because there is this feeling of this person is meant to be my partner. So, you know, maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're not. Again, you know, everyone's has a different situation, but it felt that way. This didn't feel like just a crush. It felt like, oh, this is supposed to be my partner. And it's hard to move on because I feel like that feeling is still there. And if you stay together, it will still feel like that. It will still feel like, you know, we're meant to be each other's person. You know, it feels, with the Queen of Pentacles, there is a desire to be committed to this situation. We have the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. I mean, you all may have children together, or there may be a strong desire to have children together, or even a feeling with this Concomancy card, which is about divination. Like, there might just be this gut feeling like we're supposed to have a family. So So we need to stay together and heal our own family issues, our own family traumas, so that we can have this family together in a way that is healthy. But at the same time, we have the Eight of Cups and we have unfulfilled. I kind of get the feeling, it's almost like you feel like no matter what you do, it is not good enough. That's what I get here. It's like, I can be the perfect partner. I could be the perfect parent. And it's like you feel like this person is never going to be satisfied with you. Or it could be the other way around. I don't know. But someone here just always feels like the other person is never going to, it's never going to be good enough for them. You know, you might be involved with someone here who has, but obviously there's healing that's needed, probably on both sides. But this may be someone who has like issues with depression, and it's just hard to continue to be with someone who, no matter what you do, they still are sad. Of course, it's not your obligation to make this person happy or to heal them yourself. You know, it seems like there is support here. There's a desire to be supportive with each other. Let me clarify this unfulfilled card. It's like there's some sort of unhappiness here that can't be left behind, although there's a desire to. Yeah, Ten of Cups coming up a second time. It's like everything's going actually really well. There is like, I feel that the two of you probably are meant to have a family here, or that may very well be a part of your destiny. With Eight of Cups and Judgment, it just feels though that you know that something has to change though, because if you're meant to have a family with this person, it can't continue to be the way that it is. You know, some healing, some major healing is required, like a huge adjustment is going to be required here. And you're committed to seeing this through so long as that big healing adjustment does happen. But you can't choose it for someone else. Are they choosing to do the healing that they need to do? I feel like you're a little bit doubtful that they will. It seems like this might be someone who's sort of stuck in a rut, and it's hard for you because you want the best for them, but you can't do it all for them. You know, you can't be the one to choose the healing. Oh my God. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles again, also coming up twice. I feel that you're extremely committed to this person. You are their wall of support. Definitely. This person is really, this person really depends on you, and you are dependable. You know, I'm asking, like, what's the situation here? Why are they not doing this healing? I feel like they are trying. This might be someone who just really has experienced so much trauma, or they just have so much, they have like a significant burden of, you know, could be depression or some other sort of issue. With the margarita here, maybe it's addiction, maybe all of the above. I do feel that they definitely are trying. I mean, the Hanged Man is someone who's willing to make sacrifices. I feel that both of you do genuinely want this to be better. You both genuinely feel, you know, that you're partners to each other, and that's what you're meant to be, and that you're meant to have this family and stand by each other through thick and thin. But this guy, it's like he's got the key in his hand, but his hands are also tied, so he can't unlock himself here. There's a lock on his feet and on his hands. So this is just someone who, and again, maybe, you know, it could be the situation, it's reversed. You know, maybe you're the one who can't figure out how to heal. And they're there, and this person is your wall of support. You're, that it's always holding you up. But whatever way it is, you know, both people really want this healing to happen. Is it going to happen? It's just sometimes the healing is so difficult. I feel that there is optimism here. I feel like whoever it is that's really kind of like down in the dumps and can't figure out how to pull themselves out of it, I do feel like a vitality coming back to this person. I feel that this person is, yes, at some point they will start to be more optimistic about their future. They will get to that point of having more confidence and self-worth and just brightness. I feel their energy will brighten back up. Yes, the healing will happen. So if you stick together with this person, I feel that that healing that you both want to take place, that huge healing adjustment that needs to take place so that your children, if you do have them, will be healthy and happy in a way that perhaps neither of you really were in your childhoods. I do feel that that will happen. So that's really beautiful. So that's if you stay. All right, so let's go ahead and look at if you go. All right, so what happens if you do go, if you do move on from this person? Shy. Oh, I think this person is going to be like just checking up on you a lot, and they're going to like want to contact you, but they'll be feeling like this fear of rejection, and they'll be afraid to reach out. But they're like, "Oh, I miss them." They're going to miss you. Oh gosh, we have the Tower card. Okay, we have the Tower card and Death. Wow. Okay. Chariot, lots of major arcana. Oh, and the Six of Cups. Experiments in 10th house, the World. I kind of feel like either way you go, the healing will happen. I feel if you decide to move on, that could be the thing that forces this person to go through this major transformative healing process that they need to go through. And yeah, this says manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, arrogance. It's like it would force this person to change. It might feel, it's probably going to feel very painful to them, but it's almost like it would be a wake-up call that would cause this transformation to happen much more quickly than if you stayed. I feel that it will happen either way, but if you choose to move on, it's like it forces it to happen much more dramatically, maybe even much more completely in a way with the Death card. And then we have 10th house, the World at the end, which just shows me that there is, again, a lot of long-term stability here with the two of you. Just lots of Capricorn energy in both, which is a sort of a stick to it, do the hard work of a relationship, the hard work that's required. But, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like when you do an intervention for someone, like it feels kind of mean, and it's not like a happy situation to be in, but if it works, if the intervention works, it can do this. It can lead to this like major overhaul that happens, much more quickly. It sort of forces this person to see how important it is and that they could lose everything that's important to them if they don't make this major change that they need to make. So there you go. The change is going to happen either way, but, do you want it to happen more quickly, but with a bit more pain involved and having to kind of feel like the bad guy a little bit? Or do you want it to happen a little bit more slowly, but perhaps with not that? Okay, I think that's the major question to be asked. Let's see if there's any other final thoughts from Spirit here about this. What should they keep in mind when making this choice? Two of Cups. I mean, obviously you love this person. Aha. Both of you are holding wine glasses. I mean, this is, this reading is a lot of different people are watching it, so it's not going to be alcohol or substance abuse for everyone, but there's definitely some sort of behavior here that is self-destructive. It could be a behavior that both of you are involved in, or this could be saying, like, let's say if one person here has a problem with drinking, then if this person gets sober, that's going to affect both people's lives. You have to be willing, both of you would have to be willing, for the long-term security of this, to adjust your lives, to accommodate this person's well-being because you care about them, right? And like I said, there's some sort of healing that's required. I do feel like both of you have healing to do, and hopefully you can just apply this to your own situation in a way that makes it work. But Spirit just wants you to keep in mind, like I said, this is going to take you both will have to be committed to really making this stick. If this healing transformation happens, you both have to really be committed to, I love you enough not to enable you. And you love me enough not to enable me. We love each other enough not to be codependent. And instead of encouraging each other or offering each other substances or situations or behaviors that we know are not healthy, we're instead going to offer each other what is healthy, what is definitely healthy. And that's how we're going to stick together. So this actually, it feels to me like such a pure love between people who truly do care about each other enough to like truly do the hard work and go the distance. Like this is, when you talk about true love, I feel like this is it. True love is not like the fairy tale falling in love. True love is like the commitment and the dedication to like, I really care about this person's happiness and well-being. And well-being. I want this person to be well because that's how much I love them. All right. So let's see here. Be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all, right? So again, like if you choose to go through this healing process, it has to be all or nothing. You can't just say, we'll kind of heal, but then maybe we'll give in every now and then and fall back into those unhealthy choices. Okay, and the Learn Chinese word on the back is calendar. Yeah, it's like, every day is a new day. It kind of reminds me of like the 12-step, take one day at a time type of a mentality. This is like a long-term plan here. It's a long-term vision that you have with each other. And it's a journey that is taken one step at a time. And that's how you get back to this happiness that it feels like has drained out of one or more of the people in this relationship. So there you go. That was a very interesting and beautiful reading. This is just such a beautiful love that I sense between the two of you. So bravo, congratulations. All right. I really hope that was helpful, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right. Welcome to everybody who chose option number 2, which was the Tower card. So we're going to be looking at, what are the positive and negatives you could see if you stay. And then this pile will represent the positives and negatives of if you go. And I'm going to look at this card and just kind of pick up what's the general energy between the two of you. Okay, true love. This is a destined connection, twin flame or soulmate. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes those types of destined connections are meant to work out long term, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes these people just come into their lives and it's extremely triggering, and that could be why you are on the fence about whether or not to stay or go. But we'll kind of see what else we get here. Don't just because it is a twin flame or soulmate, that does not mean that you're best off necessarily staying together. So we'll just see what comes up in the cards. You know, I'll just let you decide for yourselves. I'll show you what the energy will be if you stay. I'll show you what the energy will be if you go. And then we'll get some final guidance from Spirit. If you stay, you're going to continue to feel unsure. So you're going to continue to be like, I don't know. It's going to be a pervasive feeling here. Again, with the moon, it's a lot of confusion, like a lot of like really feeling like you just don't know what to do in this situation. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, King of Wands, receptivity, and lunar eclipse change. Both of these women are holding out their hand. She's holding out her hand, and then on this lunar eclipse, this goddess statue is also doing that. I sort of feel like this might be a connection where one person is sort of like a provider, like a financial provider for the other one. And that might be a lot of what's keeping the two of you together. Or if you're not in a relationship, maybe that's what's keeping you, maybe that's what keeps you thinking that you should still give it a chance, that you feel like this person seems like a good provider. But it also feels like with the King of Wands that the person who is the provider here almost feels this sense of entitlement that, oh, I'm providing for you financially, so that gives me the right to just kind of do whatever I want. And it feels like it's causing a lot of pain here. Whenever I look at the Three of Hazards in this particular deck, it really looks a lot to me like, you know, here's this guy, and the family is all applauding him. I don't know if it's focused enough for you to see. It's like he's not doing anything all that amazing. You know, he's throwing this bone. This zombie dog is picking it up and bringing it back. It's like everyone is like, it's like they're applauding him. They're not applauding the dog for doing a trick. It's whether or not your person that you have in mind is a man, but I feel like whoever is the provider person here, it's like everyone feels, it's almost like that 1950s kind of outlook where like women were told basically when your man comes home, you need to have dinner cooked for him. You need to get his pipe ready for him to smoke it, you know, put his legs up on the ottoman so he can enjoy his pipe while you finish dinner. And, you know, it's like that energy of like always having to applaud, like, oh yes, you're so great. Always having to build up that person's ego. I feel like there's just a point at which you're just like, what am I really sticking around for? It's like, yeah, I might be receiving financially from this person, but like, is that real? You know, is there substance here? I feel like it even with the moon card, it's like, I feel like it even keeps you up at night. And honestly, I feel that you are receiving dreams or other types of omens or signs that are trying to tell you which path to take. And maybe it's, you're just missing the message. We have a lot of lunar energy. So it's a lot of like confusion. One day you might feel this is great and I should stick around. Another day you might feel like, I don't know, like what am I really getting out of this? Is it really worth it? Okay, so that's what I'm getting for if you stay. Let's look at the energy of if you go. Okay, we have resistant, Two of Cups, Ace of Hazards. I don't think this person's gonna let you go. Yeah, Six of Swords. I feel like this person really wants to keep you in their life. I do feel like they do love you. Oh my gosh, yeah, they love you, and they do feel like there's a lot of potential here. I think that if you moved on from this person, it would really cause them to do a lot of soul searching, and they'd be like, wow, you know, I probably have dropped the ball here. Maybe I was like too selfish or too egotistical, or, trying to be the boss in a way that wasn't so nice. I feel like they would try to woo you back, because we have the Two of Cups here and the Ace of Hazards. Again, it's like a very traditional kind of way of courtship, where they're like, let me treat you out to a nice dinner, and I'll get you some pretty jewelry. This is probably this person's love language, is to do that type of thing. But with the Six of Swords and the Hermit, I do feel that they're going to recognize that I can't just smooth things over. I can't just like send them flowers and get them some new pretty earrings and then everything's okay. If there are problems here, this person is like, I really need to look at myself because I want this to be better. So they genuinely do love you, and I feel that they do want this to be balanced out. And they may want to like have a child with you. Again, this feels like a very like traditional type of relationship. But they want they want this to work for you. They don't want it to be the old school way of it's just all about, the provider, just because they're bringing home the bacon, they can just do whatever they want and they always get to have it their way. I think there is definitely a recognition within this person. Yeah, and I'm looking again, the card that you chose is the Tower card. I feel like if you moved on, it would be such a huge revelation to them that they really would change. And you wouldn't, I don't think that the two of you would really, I don't think that you really would move on. It's like you might be like, you might try to move on, or you might even break up with them, but I don't think it's going to last very long, because I do feel like it would really significantly bring back a very sudden change of perspective and change in demeanor of this person. So that's very interesting. So far, all the readings have been so interesting. Let's see what guidance Spirit has for you finally. What should you keep in mind as you're making this decision? What should the viewer of number 2 keep in mind when making this decision? You have the Ten of Cups, Seven of Swords. I feel like it's, I think they're just saying like, allow yourself. Yes, this is going to cause, if you do move on, it's going to force this other person to do some soul searching. But, before you make that decision, do some soul searching yourself. Try to understand things from both perspectives. I feel like this Ten of Cups, it initially wanted to come up reversed, and I wasn't sure because I didn't plan on taking these out reversed. Okay, Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands. Yeah, because initially they were coming up as the King of Wands, and sometimes to me that symbolizes someone who feels like that they're sort of entitled to, even if they're in a relationship, that they still are entitled to kind of like have their sexual freedom if they want. And with the Knight of Wands as well, it's like you need to do some of your own soul searching and try to figure out like, what's that all about? Why is this person, what's really going on there? Are they really ready to be committed? Like if you're wanting to have a family with them, or even if you just want to be with them for the rest of your life and be each other's family, do they seem as committed to that as you do? But I feel like you really need to look beneath the surface here. There's a feeling of like there are some things that you're not seeing, or things that you're not understanding. It could be that it's not even, you may think that this person wants their freedom, that they come across as that way because they want to be like a player or something. But if you look beneath the surface, it might just be that the freedom that they really want is just the freedom to continue to pursue their own hobbies. Or like, like let's say it's someone who wants to go out with their friends and it makes you suspicious. Like, why are they doing that? And it could just be genuinely because they just want to hang out with their friends and there's no ulterior motive. It's not like they're out there like trying to pick up other people or anything like that. It could just genuinely be like, hey, I want to go play some pickup basketball with my friends, and that's really just all that it's about. Or, hey, I need time in solitude so I can focus on this hobby or this life purpose, just because it's what satisfies their soul. So it could be that the suspicions that you have about this person are not accurate. So you really need to kind of like do your homework and really see what actually is going on here. I do feel genuinely this person really cares about you. And maybe that's why it is why when we looked at what would happen if you go, they're going to change real quick because they do really love you and they want you to be happy in this relationship. This is a mutual love. So it could just be that their behavior is sort of confusing you and making you think that they are not really committed here. And I feel like you don't feel safe to have a family with someone or to, dedicate your life to someone who is not going to make you feel like they're committed. But I do feel that they are. But of course, this is also just a general tarot reading. And, you need to talk to this person. You need to be able to have open and honest dialogue and really be willing to understand each other's perspectives and figure out how to communicate to each other clearly so that you know what's going on. All right. So what else? What else does Spirit have to say here? Attention is the mother of memory. Yeah, it's like whatever you pay attention to, it almost becomes like a memory. You might be focusing on certain things so strongly that it's like even your suspicions, it's almost like they become a memory as if they were real, when really all they ever were a suspicion that you were just paying a lot of attention to. And then the learned Chinese word on the back is tomorrow. Do you want there to be a tomorrow with this person? If so, it feels to me like it's worth trying to work it out. But of course, you have to make that decision for yourself. And then we have a goal is a dream with a deadline. Yeah, what are your goals with this person? And we have dish on the back. Goal is a dream with a deadline. Yeah, this person might just have a lot of goals. They're very goal-oriented, and they just might have a lot on their plate. The word on the back was dish, haha. They might have a lot on their plate that sort of takes them away from you at times. And that's creating memories as well, because maybe you're having lots of memories of them not paying attention to you. That could be the issue as well. I kind of get the energy that, like, if you have open and honest dialogue with this person and you talk to them, they're most likely going to be willing to see it. If you let them know, like, what is the word? If this doesn't change, it's not going to work for me. If they know that, I don't think you necessarily have to completely move on or break up with them. It's just letting them know that it's not working for you. I feel like this person is going to definitely be willing to work through things. They want you to be satisfied. They want you to be happy. So I think there's just an issue of like needing to kind of understand each other's needs better so that those needs can be met. This person may not realize that you feel abandoned sometimes when they're off working on other things or hanging out with their friends or whatever it is that they're doing. All right, so guys, I really hope that that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, hello to everyone who chose reading number 1, the coffee. So we're going to be looking in this pile at, the positives and negatives that you could expect if you stay. And this is going to be for the positives and negatives for if you go. And this card in the middle, I'm just going to kind of pick up the, general energy of this connection. And it says home. I am coming home, baby. So yeah, maybe, this person has probably intentions to come home to you, or to, kind of to bring this full circle and really make this work, but perhaps you're just not certain of that, or you feel, you don't feel secure in the knowledge of that, or something like that. So maybe that's why you're thinking about possibly moving on. Let's look at each pile and see what the outcome would be. So if you stay, we have relieved. Okay. Yeah, I think that this person will demonstrate to you that they are there to sort of reassure you. Yes, they will give you that reassurance. They will find a way to sort of soothe you and put you at ease and make you understand that, yes, they're always there to kind of make you feel safe and cared for, that they're looking out for you. Okay. Oh my gosh. And the Lovers. Nice. 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords has come up in at least 3 of these readings, I feel like. We get the Page of Swords. 5 of Wands. The Unseen. Too much is hidden from you. Yeah, there could be a lot that is hidden here. And 11th house, Friends. Okay. So I feel like this is a connection that is most likely based on friendship, although there is definitely romantic love here. We have the Lover's card. This person loves you very much. We have the 6 of Swords, which to me is always, I always see that as very positive, because it demonstrates someone who's committed to improving things, who always wants to make the relationship better, who always wants to work on healing and improving the relationship. And some of you may not be in a relationship, but in the desire to get there, again, it shows a desire to improve these circumstances in a way that would be very relieving and reassuring to you. Now, these are kind of similar too, because in both of these we have it's like she's fighting off these zombies. He doesn't have a weapon. She's fighting off these zombies to protect him. And then likewise, this guy is just giving comfort to this little girl. So, I feel like the two of you kind of see each other's vulnerabilities here. You see you see the side of that person that kind of needs to be made to feel secure. I feel that you both, yes, with the Page of Wands, it almost looks like the Page of Swords to me, but yeah, there's a perception here. You can perceive the other's needs. You can perceive the areas in which the other person needs to sort of be reassured. And again, there's a defensiveness of wanting to protect each other. I think that for a lot of you, this might be, instead of a relationship, this might be more of a connection where that you're very drawn to each other. You feel like the other person is home to you, but for whatever, there's still a lot that's unknown, so you just don't feel reassured that it's going to come together perhaps in the way that you want it to. There's just too much that's unseen for now. And maybe right now the two of you are friends, or it's just, like I said, going to be a relationship that is built on friendship first. that it feels like there's like a mutual appreciation. Also, the 11th house could indicate that the two of you have come together because of some shared belief, some sort of, maybe you're both involved in the same organization. You both have a shared goal that you're working towards to sort of improve the world, because the 11th house is like the Aquarian house, so it's very, you know, kind of humanitarian, wanting to bring about needed change in the world, that type of thing. And the 11th house has a lot to do with groups of people who come together to do that. Now, it could be like an actual, like, literal group, or this could be like your soul group. You know, you recognize each other at a soul level, and you know, this person is in my same soul group. Our souls have made an agreement to work together, and help each other. But also, there are romantic feelings on top of that. So that's what I'm getting if you stay. I do feel that you'll get some reassurance from this person. And just there's a very protective quality. You both really want to protect the other person from being harmed or wronged in any way. It's very sweet. Okay, so let's look and see what would be the energy if you go. Oh, sad, unhappy, joyless, dejected. Oh my goodness. So sad. We have the Fool. Temperance, Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Soul Cage. Wow, Rescue again is coming up. And then Fire Element, Desire. I think that if you decide to go, again, you're going to be drawn back to each other, because it's going to make you both so sad. I feel yeah, I mean this person is going to definitely be trying to woo you back. They don't want you to leave. I think they'll be trying to show you that the two of you can have this spiritual union, that you are that you can have this strong bond with each other. I think even if you do move on, I feel that it's going to be hard for you to totally move on. I think you might explore other options, but I feel like you're always going to be kind of looking back at this person anyway. And I think that eventually, you know, you might try to move on, but I feel like you're not going to get anywhere. You're not really going to find anything else that feels the way that this does. And then we have Soul Cage. It's like, I think that you'll eventually come back together. Rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. It's like there is such a, like, soul obligation. It's like there is this huge love between the two of you where you both feel this tremendous obligation to protect and rescue each other, to keep each other from harm. So I feel like it would be so hard for you to walk away and see how sad it would make this person. And I think it would make you sad as well. And it would just, yeah, it would be hard not to look back, you know, for you. This does feel like a very spiritual union here. The other thing, of course, that would bring you back to each other, I think, is desire. Just your desire to each other. I feel like you set each other's souls on fire, sort of. Okay, so that's what we get for the energy of each. So let's get some, what else? Just final guidance here. What should this person keep in mind? The viewer of number 1, as they're making this decision. Queen of Pentacles. Another card that keeps popping up in these readings. Yeah, I feel like you know that you kind of want things to work out with this person long term. So they're saying keep that in mind. There's a part of you that does kind of feel, it's almost like you already feel a little bit like you're their spouse, because there is so much already of this like soul obligation to each other. Yeah, it's like you kind of already know this is the one, I feel. I think that you already kind of know that. Yes, your intuition. It's like you might think that you're trying to decide this option or that option. You might be getting tarot readings and just trying to see what should I do here. But I feel like, to be in all honesty, I think you kind of already know this is your person. This is the person you're meant to be with. And the cards that, you know, the way that the cards came out, it definitely seems to show that as well. Okay, so see if there's anything here. Cooperation will work better. So yeah, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, and this is a general reading, you know, so it may not resonate completely with everyone who's watching it. But if it strongly seems to resonate for you, then it definitely feels like the better option is to stay and try to work it out, you know, try to cooperate. And then the learn Chinese word on the back is south. So if that has any particular meaning for you, then, because I don't know what that would mean for you all, but yeah. All right, so there you go. I really hope that that was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you the best, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.